Hey, hey. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Do I have a signal? Because I am out in the middle of nowhere, did not make it home yet. So let me just wait until the lag catches up and I can see a little chat action happen over there. Hello, hello, beautiful people. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I have been away from home for 6 days. 6 days I have been away from home, and I cannot wait to get back. Let's see. I don't see any chat happening yet. Or maybe no, I don't see anything happening yet. Melissa, can you see me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Is there anybody out there? And it's raining. So this is why I'm worried. We got to a pretty good location in Tonopah, and I can see a signal tower, but it is raining, and rain tends to mess up signals. Hello, hello, everybody. Okay, now I'm seeing the chat coming through. So maybe there's a long lag happening. It's been an amazing, amazing weekend. Oh, I just got a notification on my other phone that the Niche Lady's live. Barbara, I just got started. I'm only 1 minute in. I haven't talked about anything yet. I was just making sure you guys could see and hear me. I'm actually sitting in the truck, and the Conlon family is inside this little hotel casino out in the middle of nowhere, having some fun while I do my show. The original plan was to make it back to Vegas in time to be in front of my computer, but we played a little extra today. We went back into Carson City from Virginia City and found an antique mall, which was super fun. And so I'll tell you a little bit about what I've been up to. So I was coming up to Lake Tahoe to participate in kind of a mastermind kind of session, although it wasn't. We're all business people together. It's a group that I'm in, and we're all business people. But the retreat was not so much about business. It was about taking care of ourselves, and the kind of the mindset work that makes you better able to go forward in your business. A lot of the stuff I share with you guys. So I stay very involved in that kind of stuff. And so I was up there um, from Wednesday through Sunday, literally like off the grid. So we drove, and the Conlins, my amazing, amazing friends. I said, "Hey, you guys want to take a road trip?" And I told them, it's like, if you guys stay in Reno and, do your picking in Reno and then come get me, and then we'll go up to Virginia City and we'll go have some fun up there. And they were all in. They're such an amazing family. I so appreciative that they are in my life. Um, so we take the long way to Lake Tahoe. Now, if anybody's ever driven to Reno Tahoe area from Vegas, there is no like easy way. It is 7 hours no matter what you do. But we went through Beatty, and then we cut over and went through Bishop. We went to an antique store mall. It was a combination of dealers, so it was a mall of sorts. And so got some filming done there. Got a little bit of filming done in Beatty, and then they dropped me off at my place I was staying in Lake Tahoe, which was amazing. It was this huge, huge house on a hill. Didn't have a lake view, but we were literally, the mountains were right behind us, and there was like a really big like creek, not a river, a creek, I guess you would call it, running back there, and it was just absolutely spectacularly gorgeous. And so Yeah, well, Melissa, it's actually really not that far from Vegas. There's just no easy way to get there. It's an hour flight on an airplane. I mean, it's nothing on an airplane. It's the driving that is just kind of wackadoodle because they've never built like a freeway that goes there, and you have to go through all these little 25, 35 mile per hour towns, and it's a 2-lane highway, I think pretty much most of the way. So it's interesting. It's interesting. We were talking about like how why have they never built an easy way? Because it's a lot of truckers take this road. You'd think they'd want to make it a little easier on the trucking industry, but oh no, can't do that. Yeah, so I spent those days in Tahoe. We did hikes. We did we did some art. Oh my gosh, we did the most spectacular art project that I've already ordered. I went straight to Amazon and I ordered the materials. It's called Sumi. Oh gosh, what's the name of it? I can't, it's Sumi something, but it's special ink. It's a Japanese marbling art and it's done with water and ink. So relaxing, so amazing. And I've got the supplies because I'm definitely going to do it at home. Definitely doing it at home. And I thought maybe you guys would like to see me do that on video too. Maybe. Um, so we did that. We just did amazing. And they were people that I've only met through Zoom in my group. And we just forged some amazing friendships. And I found out one of them lives in Vegas. I'm like, oh, we're gonna do lunch. And um, one of them is a foster parent with a foster son that's very similar to Noah. So I would say, let's connect them, just really, really great stuff. So then the Picker Road family came up and got me on Sunday, and we were heading to Virginia City. But first, Goodwill. We found a Goodwill in Carson City that and that video will be coming, all of these videos will be coming out starting tomorrow. Will has been an editing, I don't know, Will, I know you're watching. What do you call yourself? An editing genius? Um, so we will have these videos dropping starting tomorrow. So this Goodwill was a little deceiving. We didn't have high expectations. We walked in and it was Fiend. An editing Fiend. I like it. I like it. Uber pickup, are you Danny? Yeah, I know. So we walk into this Goodwill and we look and it's huge and it's mostly like hard goods. It's like, oh. So we had a really fun shopping trip in there. Harleen and I were going through every single jewelry tray that they have and finding some really cool things. And the only thing was, oh my gosh, no paper to wrap anything. And which is, I'm used to, I get that, but the clerk kept piling everything in the bag. Like what I buy, all of this breakable stuff. She's just throwing, well, she's not throwing it, but she's putting it in the bags and then tying the bags like, we're like, no, that ain't gonna work. And she was so crabby. I'm sorry. I feel bad for this woman. She was so cranky. She was so cranky. Like we were just messing up her day. So there was that. So after Goodwill, we headed up the mountain to Virginia City. So who has been to Virginia City? I'm looking over at the chat here. This is Virginia City, Nevada. It is where the Comstock lode was found. You guys might be familiar with that. The Comstock lode was like one of the biggest silver and gold finds in the whole, gold rush period, I think they say. And Will's really good at remembering facts. Will, how much money was it back then? Because it was like, I think was it in the billions? I know Will was humming, but actually Will put his phone on the theme from Bonanza this morning to wake us all up, which was really funny. But it's the Ponderosa Ranch in Virginia City. Like that's all, if anybody ever watched Bonanza, the TV show. This is like kind of where it was based out of. $1.2 billion. And that was then money, right? That's not now money. Or is that now money? Or is that then money? I never remember these things. It was a lot. It was a lot of silver and gold. So it was a booming, booming, booming town. 1.2 billion in 1870. So you can just imagine how much money that translates to today. And he said, and in its boom, there was a population of, it was like 25 to 30,000 people. And now it's a population of 1,000 people. There's 1,000 people who live there. And it's mainly it's a tourist town. And it closes down early and it wakes up late. That's what we found out for sure. So we got there, we did obviously some shopping. We found some cool little antique stores. They had some amazing glass. Pickle casters. Who knew pickle casters were so cool? I mean, I knew they were cool, but they're super cool. Yes. What are you guys talking about? Never been out west in USA or Canada, but have so many paranormal investigations at the hotel. Oh, well, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to the ghostly stuff. You know, it's YouTube. I could have drawn this out a little bit. Yes, I have a little video, something to share with you guys. Something weird did happen. I will say that. It's coming up. I got video. I got it on video. At 8 p.m., it puts a new meaning to the term ghost town. Yes. Oh my gosh. So we had a really good time. There was a rock shop there that I absolutely went bonkers in and found some amazing items. Yeah, it was a good time. I love Virginia City anyway. And then we went into, they have a mine tour. So we go 300 feet into one of the mines that it's also around it is the old, they called it the Bank of California, which is interesting because this is in Nevada, but I don't know if you guys know this. It was the money coming out of these hills in Virginia City that financed two things. Does anybody know what two things were financed by the Comstock Lode? Let's see if you guys are up on your history. I know I've been missing my whatnot too. There will be a whatnot on Wednesday. We'll start it all back up again. Yeah, they actually have a cemetery that's divided into 4 sections. And the reason for that is you got buried based on your religion / ethnicity. So there's the Christian Catholic, there is the Irish, there was the Chinese, and then there was like the maybe it was like the Catholic, and then it was like the Episcopalian, or it was something different, but all 4 sections were very specific as to how you got buried there. Yes. Let's see what you got. No, not the railroad. Bigger, think much bigger. We did not get to go in the cathedral. The cathedral was closed. We did not get to go into the Piper Opera House that we wanted to. There's a lot of things we didn't get to go to because everything was shutting down by the time we had done some shopping and we had gone on a little trolley tour and done some of these things. And I'm getting to, hold on, I'll share that in a second. Let's see. You guys are saying railroad, banks and road. Think bigger. Jewish. That's right. That was the 4th one, the Jewish. You are correct. No, think much bigger, you guys, much bigger. So that what do you call it when you get like the winnings, the earnings, the pay dirt of all of that mining, all those billions of dollars? It financed the building of San Francisco. So San Francisco exists because of the Comstock Lode and the Civil War. Yeah, what I say, think bigger. I mean, that's where that money went. Yes, exactly. The Lode. Okay, thank you. That must be Will typing. Dividends. Thank you, Melissa. The dividends. Yes. So it's pretty fascinating history. But then we go down into this mine, just, the 300 feet, and you really learn how difficult this job was. I mean, it got cold. I would say maybe 50 feet in, the temperature dropped a, at least 15 degrees, if not 20. Wouldn't you, right, Will? Like, it dropped. The temperature just went cold and made me think, this is why my tortoises like their burrows. Because it's truly, once you get underground, all that heat goes away. I wish you were here too, Chelsea. So we go on and it gets cold. Danny doesn't like cold. This was the big joke up in Tahoe. I did not come prepared for cold. I mean, I had a couple of hoodies, but mostly I brought t-shirts. So I was like a little out of my element. But the big joke was, how many pairs of socks is Danny wearing? Because that's how I was trying to keep warm. So Danny doesn't like cold. So we're going in and we're going through, and he's given some history and talking about the mine. We get to the end of this 300 feet in, and he turns off the lights. And let me tell you, there's no light in there. It is dark. He lights a candle because that was how they did things. I mean, this is back in the late 1850s, early 1860s is when this was taking place. There's no electricity yet. And they are burning candles and working with, a spike and a couple of guys with sledgehammers hammering holes into the wall of these mines so that they could, blow up sections and pull it all out. They talked about how they would send mules down, and those mules never again got to see the light of day, which is kind of sad. I kind of don't like that. But what a crazy job. But that was their life. And they were talking about how whiskey was cheaper than water, so they took whiskey down with them. Well, you can pretty much imagine how that would go. Oh no, see, I'm in Vegas. I like Vegas heat. I like it. I know I'm an oddball. I'm good. I'm good with the heat. Now, what's interesting is they talked about canaries were not generally the animal of choice here, although he said they were used. They would more watch the behavior of these mules that lived there. They'd watch, your fire goes out, the mule starts acting weird, you hightail it out of there. But yeah, and they would say how the canaries all came over. I forget from where. Did they come over from Europe? Is that where he was saying that they brought all these canaries over, and then people started breeding the canaries, once they figured out canary's probably a better indicator than a mule? Yeah. So that was fun. I mean, and it was very, very interesting. I love things that put you back into the time. They get your mind on just the way it was, like this was life, and it was a boom town. We're talking things were good. They were working hard, but they were playing hard. They were having fun. And, I just love this town because you really just get, everything is just almost left the way it was. And yeah, they've had to do a little repainting and structural things, but they've kept it really, really close to what it was. Really, really close. What day is it? Jordan's over on Facebook. Jordan, it's Monday. I don't miss alive. Did we see any ghosts? Well, all right. Shall I get to the ghost story? Okay. So this humongous thunderstorm comes in. I'm talking like torrential downpour that turned into these big chunks of hail. And we're like, oh, shoot, we got to get to the truck. Oh, God bless Gary. Gary is such a trooper. He always went and got the truck, always made sure we didn't get too soaked. He sacrificed himself to get to the truck for us. Um, it was pretty bad. It was coming down hard. And we hadn't even checked into the hotel yet. But we were also hungry. So we go to the hotel, and now we went into the cover where we check in, which was not real close to where our room was. Normally we would have come in another entrance to go to our room, but we had to like lug everything, through the lobby over to the room. We got in our room. The room was really nice. I gotta say, I'm super impressed. If you go to Virginia City to spend the night, I would highly, highly recommend the Silverland Hotel. We did not go to one of the extreme hotels. And driving through, I think we can all agree we're pretty happy we didn't make that choice. Because some of the hotels they're a little questionable. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, we'll put it that way. So we stayed at the respectable hotel in town, and they had it decorated so not like it was still like old feel, and the rooms had these old oil paintings. I took some pictures. Let me see if I can pull up the pictures and show you, because I was pretty enamored by these. We had the dog room. I don't know. Let's see if I can get this to where it's not glaring. So these are the oil paintings on the wall. They don't look like hotel oil paintings. And there's paintings as you go through the hall to get to your room. There's all kinds of paintings. Okay, I found the video that I want to share with you. I'm hoping I can make this happen because I'm holding this and then I have to hold that to show you this video. Yes, thank you guys for thanking Picker Road, because they have just been amazing to me on this trip. And because I'm a little bit of a high maintenance traveler, I'm just going to put it that way. And so, yes, yes. So we get tucked in to the hotel, and we're pretty happy. The hotel's good, but then we go to eat at was it Cafe? Oh, I forgot the name of it. Oh, Will, help me out here. Cafe Del Rio. It was like a Mex-Tex restaurant, and I got something called the Little Blue Pot, which was amazing. I'm so glad I made that choice. It was beans and rice and chicken and some pico mixed in and some avocado, and it was just like a little Mexican stew. Aw. Yeah, and so we had a Cafe Del Rio. Yes. And that was recommended by one of my viewers. Her daughter is the chef there, who was actually working, but she thought I was crazy when I said, your mom told us to come here. She looked at me like, who are you? So I hope she's talked to her mom by now and kind of knows the deal. So then we went back to the room, and like we were ready for ghosts. So a couple things happened. So Will set up his camera, see if we could catch anything. And something happened. Goes to look at it, the file's corrupt. Now that is not a common. Oh wait, even before that. Oh, let me back up. We get to the room. Now we had connecting rooms, and Harleen and I go in our room, and there's no electricity on just a portion of the room. So it wasn't like a power outage of the hotel or anything. Just a select few places had no power. We're like, okay, call down to the front desk. We say the power, so, and then like, what would you say? 10 minutes later, the lights came back on. We're like, oh, they must have flipped a breaker or something. The lady from the front desk comes up, and she was ready to move us. And I'm like, oh, what did you do? She says, nothing. I was getting ready to move you to another room. She did nothing. So that little powery thing just kind of happened. I'm just saying. But then that isn't all. Did you read the book of your room? No. The book of my room. What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Melissa? That's funny because I actually bought a book about the hauntings in Virginia City, but I haven't read it yet. There has been no reading time. Yeah, it was just all kind of, it was all very strange. But they say it's a very, very, very haunted city. I mean, okay. So when we were down on the mine tour, they said there are 250 reported deaths. The key word there is reported. Many of them went unreported. So you just went down there and you found, the crew you're taken over from, like no longer, and many times those never got told. I mean, it's just like, go bury them and it's all good. It was a different time. It was a different time, folks. And I guess was it Zach Baggins has been up there several times. Yeah, Virginia City is one of the most haunted in the USA. There was a lot that went on. For goodness sake, there is a saloon called the Bucket of Blood. And the reason it got the name the Bucket of Blood was because they had so many fights, so many duels, so many stabbings that the night crew, when they're cleaning up and they've got their buckets of water and they're mopping the floor, when they would toss them out, they were blood red. Yeah, it was a tough town. Yes. It's a welcome book that has guests who have written in about what happened in your room. No, I did not know about such a thing, and I don't know where I would find that. But that is interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's a different hotel. Maybe that's why the whole place closes down so early night. So let me show you, if I can. Let me pull this up, because I do have a video of something really, really strange that happened that has never happened to me before. It was my phone. Okay, there's no audio. It's just a visual, like oh, come on. I need 3 hands. Okay. Stop pushing buttons, Danny. So there we go. Can you see that? Let's see. Can you see what's happening? I'm nowhere near it when it starts doing this. And it has never done this. It has not done this any other time on the trip. It's as if and then it stopped. It stopped as quick as it started. And then that was it. And I was by myself. Picker Road family went to go have breakfast. I was in the room alone when that happened. Let me tell you, I got ready real quick and got out the door because it was weird. I mean, there was obviously some energy affecting my phone. Yeah. And I have had that phone for 5 years. It has never done that. Never done that. Your sister lives in Reno and we've been to Virginia City. Definitely has a creepy vibe. Yeah. I love it though. I mean, oh man, I love history. I love history like that. And, the sacrifices those people made. Who knows what? I mean, well, 2 things. What would it be like if the Civil War hadn't been financed? And I mean, he financed Lincoln. And what would it be like if San Francisco had not been built? Those are 2 pretty major events in history there that may or may not have happened had this not happened, right? It's like, whoo. The medical museum? I did not see a medical museum. Did not see a medical. The best medical museum I've ever been in is in Philadelphia. I forget the name of it, but it's pretty fantastic. If you ever get to Philadelphia, there is a medical museum there that goes into all of these anomalies of the human being state. That hotel isn't the bad ghost hotel. Yeah, right. So the Silver Queen is the one that the ghost hunters go and stay. I'm not. I needed a good night's sleep. Yeah, I wasn't quite up for that. I mean, you know, I got Jesus and all, but I don't need to be harassed either by ghosts all night. So we'll leave that, to the ghost hunters. Um, yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. That was in the Silver Queen. So the Silver Queen Saloon has a pretty rich history, including it is the place that Mark Twain got his pen name. And who knows what Mark Twain's real name is? Yes, Pamela, the Mutter Museum is what I'm talking about in Philadelphia. Yes. Yeah. So anybody know? And Will, you don't get to answer this because I know you know. So Mark Twain became Mark Twain at the Silver Queen. He was responsible, I believe, for writing um, an editorial like in the paper. Samuel Clemens. Yes, Samuel Clemens. Yes, you got it. And so that is where he got his start. And he was responsible for bringing a lot of the Virginia City Gazette. Thank you, Will. He was responsible for bringing a lot of the entertainment up to Virginia City to entertain the miners and such. So there's a little wedding chapel in the Silver Queens, and Captain and Tennille got married there. So that was kind of cool. And then, oh, you're related to him? You're related to Mark. Oh, I remember you telling me that, Brenda, that you're related to Mark Twain. That's really cool. That's really cool. What's funny is, let's see if I can remember the story correctly. So he got into a squabble with one of the miners that challenged him to a duel, but Mark Twain wasn't really good with a gun. So he was told, get out of town, go hide. Because let's think about it. Had he done that duel, uh, maybe Brenda wouldn't exist because Mark Twain would have been done. Yes, indeed. And then they have it's not I guess it is a painting, but it is adorned. Well, let me see if I can remember the number. 3,681 silver coins, silver dollars, which is how the Silver Queen got its name. And that was done to commemorate something. I got to remember all of my reading over all this time. And it's a pretty spectacular portrait up on the wall, and her dress is all of these coins, and it's a sight to see. It's a quite a sight to see. Oh, yeah, I will give an update on my house hunt momentarily. Yes, I will. Um, yeah, we just had so much fun. We just had so much fun. Ate some good food. And then this morning, we were hoping to do a little bit more in Virginia City. And that's when we discovered the town does not wake up until at least 10 o'clock, most places 11, and we needed to get on the road. So we didn't get to do anything else in Virginia City, but we did come back down into Carson City, found a fabulous little antique mall where Danny had some fun. What was really fun is that the woman who was the cashier there remembered me from shopping at the Virginia Street antique store in Reno 13 years ago. What a memory. I was like, wow, because I haven't been back up here for 13 years since I lived up here for a year. That tells you how much money I spent in the antique mall back then. Antique malls are really, really good places to source, you guys. So many people think, oh, I can't find anything in an antique mall. They've already researched it. There's nothing to find. Au contraire, you can find some really fabulous things that are identified that you can do the research and find that you can make oodles of money. Because a lot of people just price things based on what they paid for them, not really doing the research so much. So you can definitely find a lot of things at antique malls. But Dawn, Hudson Vintage, that's who I'm referring to here. I bought a lot of jewelry this trip. I was channeling you. For those that don't know, Dawn of Hudson Vintage is a jewelry expert, and I am learning so much from watching her videos. And like, so I try to channel my inner Hudson Vintage now when I'm searching through jewelry. I did. Oh, should I give a little spoiler? I'm just going to say I bought something that was loaded with jewelry that I don't know what's in it, that I will be unboxing on a Whatnot sale. Just saying, come follow me on Whatnot if you want to see what that ends up being. Indeed, indeed. So we did that and hit the road. And original plan, like I said, was to be back home by 5 o'clock. But I think, I don't know, how far is Tonopah from home? I think we're still like 2 hours out. We have like 2 hours to go on this little trip. It's not bad. It'll go fast. It'll go fast. I am looking forward to being home. I'm not gonna lie. I am ready to hug my kids and see my Peanut and Bougie, and the tortoises could care less whether I was there or not, so not so much them. But although I'll be happy to see them, but they're not so happy to see me. Where everything else will be happy to see me. Thank you, Melissa, for posting the link to the Whatnot. Yeah, if you've never signed up for Whatnot, you can get $15 of spending money. Come over and play. It doesn't have to be with me either. You can use that $15 on anybody's sale. Sorry, I gotta take a little sip of the Dr. Pepper. Yeah, so that's really that's our experience. You know, just a couple of little weird things, especially the phone thing. I mean, it was weird. You want me to show you again? I will show you. I will show you just in case you missed it. What happened here? Let me juggle. Let me here. Okay. I'll watch the phone. Do 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 do. And then just like that, it stops. I wonder if it was talking in Morse code. Yeah. We've had some strange things happen at the store too. I just gotta say, caught something on video. I'll be sharing that soon. I'm catching up with your comments over here. Your mom gave you some of her vintage jewelry pieces from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, but don't know how to research them. Maybe Dawn has. I use Google to identify. I use eBay to price. That's kind of my rule of thumb. So I would be Google imaging a little bit and then maybe pulling up some sites. Maybe Dawn has some good sites you can use. What? Oh, wait. Linda says she saw. What did Linda see? What did you see, Linda? I got to go back. I got to scroll back up here and see what Linda said. What did Linda say? No, I don't know. She must have said it far, far back in the chat because I can't find. Somebody tell me what Linda said that was being agreed with. 3 hours? We still have 3 hours? No, 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 no. I'm claiming it to be only 2 hours, okay? No pressure, Gary. Now I got to catch back up where I was. When you get the $15, how long is it good for? Okay. Oh, let me just say this. It does not expire. If you go to use your $15 and it doesn't go through and it's truly your first purchase, you need to email me and take that back. Email support@whatnot.com and copy me, CC me in that email so I can follow the conversation. If they do not give you that credit, I go to battle. I will go to battle and make sure you get your $15 because that is not the experience I want anybody to have. Electromagnetic reaction to some type of energy. Okay, that phone was just sitting on the bed. Just sitting on the bed, like my phone always does. So, what kind of electromagnet? I mean, isn't that what ghosts are? Some kind of electromagnetic energy? Your husband's grandparents lived in Bishop, who would go to the doctors in Carson City. Yeah, Bishop was beautiful, but boy, it's out there. It is really out there. Oh, Melanie, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. You sure we don't have any hitchhiking ghosts? Oh, who knows? Who knows? It's worked for Disneyland for all these years, so people were watching. He's 120 miles per hour, it is. Isn't that what we've been doing? Did I say that? No. No. The interference on your phone is right on as spirits are down. Right? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, there was 666 people watching when I was talking about that? It's a little creepy. I'm glad it's up to 689 right now. Was the room cold and did you feel chills? That's funny because I was not really aware at all. I was so kind of keyed in on what my phone was doing and grabbing the other phone to take a video of it. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't even keyed into that. Oh, you have short videos on it. Fantastic. Yeah. So go watch Hudson Vintage short videos. Absolutely. So I don't know. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can't really see back there, but we are loaded to the gills back there. I mean, there is barely any more room for anything. We have Tetris to the whole back of the truck full. And of course, you're gonna have to go watch their videos to see because Picker Road got to go yard sailing in Reno. I don't know that they hit a whole bunch of places in Reno, and that will all be on their channel. So make sure you are subscribed and following Picker Road for kind of the rest of the story, so to speak. Dawn's YouTube is just as when she posts in the chat, look at the name. And you can click on, well, maybe they don't do that anymore. I don't think you can click on names anymore, but it is Hudson Vintage. And then it's got some more stuff after it. But just look when she makes a comment. That's her channel name. Oh, there you go. Always learning. Yeah, come and sign up. You worked at a funeral home and have a ghost who locks the door. See, when you start talking to people about these stories, like there's some things that just can't be explained any other way. Oh, good. We'll make sure Gary sees that, Brenda. It says, left a present for Gary in the pie safe. You're getting creeped out? I ain't scared of no ghosts. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. No, we caught something on the security cameras at the store that is literally unexplainable. Literally unexplainable. Yeah, today's a hat day. Today was a definite hat travel day. Yeah, this is my turtle mama hat. Oh, weren't the Paris videos fantastic? Are you guys all envious? Now, if you liked their Paris videos, do not miss their Whatnot sale on Wednesday. I don't know what is going on in my throat. The frog is wanting to set in. Or maybe it's the ghost doesn't want me to talk anymore. So Wednesday, their Whatnot sale is going to be their part 2 Paris treasures. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so if you want to see closer up better view of the things that they brought back from Paris, be sure. Yes, I'll be doing my whatnot at 3 p.m. How did we, I know we arranged that. I do at 3 and they're going to be right after me. Is that how we're doing that, Picker Road? Remind me how we're doing that. Because we've talked about so many things. Yes, we got sleep. We got lots of sleep. We actually had a really, really nice sleep. It was very nice. Oh my gosh, Diane, that is so true. The dead don't hurt you. It's the living you have to worry about. Oh my gosh. Yes. That is absolutely true. Oh, Trish says, when my mom visits me, I can hear her footsteps, smell her perfume. The room gets cold, breath blows cold air, and I feel chills. Love all at the same time. Yeah, there's no scared, there's no fear to it. Because I will tell you, I had an experience, and I haven't told this story to very many people. But my grandmother was everything to me. I had a very broken family, and Mimi was the glue. She was the glue of the family. And in her later years, she was getting Alzheimer's. And the last thing we got to do together was go to Disneyland. And in downtown Disney, they had a Build-A-Bear shop. And we'd go to the Build-A-Bear shop, and I had her build me a leopard, a little leopard, not a bear, a leopard. And for those that may not know, Build-A-Bear, when you build the bear, you pick out things, and you pick out a heart, and sometimes you can put a recording in it, or you can just kiss it, and then they sew it into the animal. So I had that leopard for years because she hadn't passed. She had Alzheimer's, didn't know who anybody was anymore. After she passed, and after, it was like when I was moving into a condo with my kids as a newly single mom, and I'm unpacking things, and I found that leopard, and I took it up to my room, and I put it up on my dresser. And when I was laying in bed that night, and I remember this as clear, it's just as clear as can be. I was laying there. I thought I was asleep. I'm pretty sure I was asleep, but maybe not. I remember the feeling of being tucked in, because I remember opening my eyes, because it literally felt like somebody was in the room with me, tucking me into that bed. And there was nobody there except my kids. And, but yeah, it was like you said, there was nothing scary about it. I wasn't afraid. It was that comfort of being tucked in by my grandma. I'm like, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt it was her. It was her. Because I brought that animal up literally that day, set it on my dresser, and then that happened that night. So yeah, I'm a believer in that energy. Oh, you want to hear about the house? We have time. Let me see. Let me just catch up on the chat here. Okay, Picker Road goes on at 4:30 on Wednesday. I will be starting, I don't know if I'll be starting at 2 or 2:30, or maybe 3, probably 3. Count on mine at 3:30, and then Picker Road will be right after me, because my aquarium guy comes on Wednesday, and I have to be there to catch up on everything that's happening. Okay. So I know, I'm sure we all have something in our lives that was like, can't be explained any other way, And yes, it's okay to be a Christian and believe in ghosts. It's absolutely okay, because I think he sends people down to comfort us and tell us things. And then there's those that don't make it up there and all of that. Okay, so house. So in the last video where I was house hunting, and I didn't get very much of it, but you guys remember the orange house? We went in that house. the realtor has a lockbox key access. We were in there for a good, I don't know, 5-10 minutes looking around, and he saw, and I highlighted it. He saw the dog and heard the dog out jumping on the back patio door, made this comment about this big black lab. And then we're standing in the living room, and all of a sudden there was a golden retriever pup and this black lab both came through the doggy door, and I was a little terrified. It was like, oh my God, are we okay? And we were. He was not aggressive. He was just obnoxious. He was jumping on us, and I've got the best realtor. I've got the best realtor in Vegas. I'm telling you right now, I got the best realtor in Vegas. You guys, if anybody needs to purchase or sell a home in Las Vegas, please reach out to me. I will connect you to my realtor, who is an amazing guy. But yeah, so he's keeping this dog from jumping on me, and the dog's just like completely jumping on him. And then this guy appears out of a room. There wasn't supposed to be anybody home. And he is, how do I put it nicely? He has been smoking and not cigarettes, and he is just completely out of it. And he's like, "You want me to put the dogs back outside? You think?" So we were like, "Yeah, no, okay." I didn't like the house anyway. But I didn't get a lot of that on video because I was like so startled. And then of course looked at so many houses. But I will tell you, I was going to make an offer on the Chandelier house, and the day before I left on this trip, my realtor says, "I've just got a couple more for you to look at." I was like, okay. We go, and the house that I ended up making the offer, it just screamed love. I can't explain it any other way. There was an elderly couple there who are the original owners of the house, 19 years. The house is in impeccable condition in a beautiful neighborhood, and it's a little smaller than I thought that I would be in, but it's so ready for us. It's so ready to be called home. So we went ahead, we made the offer, and found out on, oh gosh, I've lost track of the days. I believe it was Friday, the offer got accepted, and we are in escrow. So you will be seeing some very crazy Danny packing, organizing, sorting. I'm going to do an estate sale at the house, the one I'm moving out of. I'm going to do an estate sale to lower the amount of stuff that I have to move or have to take to the store, and all of that. So it's going to be kind of a crazy month getting ready for this move, but we're going to do it. I'm going to put the animal moving footage over on the Critter Cam channel. So for those who may not know, I have a channel called the Niche Lady Critter Cams. And what's going to end up happening over there very soon is I will have live streams happening, like Fish Cam and Bougie Cam and all these different cams of my animals that will be in real time. I knew I was going to be moving soon. That's kind of why I haven't quite set that up yet. We're going to really set up the right way to do it and all that. Bougie's going to get a new cage. May I just say, Bougie is getting a new cage. He's going to get a little advancement in his life. He's earned it. I have to decide if he's going to live. I think he's going to live in my bedroom, but he's going to have a cage also in Rachel's room, so he's not alone in the daytime when I go to work, because I don't want him alone. Right now, Rachel and I are in the same room, so he's in there with her. But yeah, so you guys down for that? You down for me making some video that's not Goodwill and not all shopping? I mean, a lot of you watched yesterday's house hunting, so I get it. You're invested in this, so I will absolutely bring you along on this crazy ride called moving. And as I set this house up to not move again, at least for a very, very long time. So we're going to be putting in like some permanent tortoise structures instead of like these little temporary dog houses that I do. Rachel and I are going to plant a garden. We're going to put in different flowers and things because I like to put in things that are also food for the tortoises that also attract butterflies and hummingbirds because we love that. I also bought a hummingbird feeder camera. So we'll be putting that up. So I'm going to be able to get hummingbird eating footage. We did not get the house with the pond. And I'm a little distressed over that. I got to tell you, because there's like 10 big, beautiful koi in that pond, and there's nobody living in that house. And I'm just wondering, who's taking care of them? Who's feeding the koi? This bothers me. It bothers me a lot. Um, what do you do? What do you do? We'll put in a little pond. I told Rachel, we'll put in a little pond because she doesn't have a pool anymore. She's losing her pool. So gotta give her something. Does have a jacuzzi though. Does have a jacuzzi. I appreciate, I love that you guys are all kind of coming on this journey with me. It's comforting. It's comforting to know that I have so many people in my corner. It really, I can't even, it's hard to express. I know I don't like know you and you just know me from a video, but yet we are a community. And like I said, I read each and every comment that comes through. I cannot always like leave a comment back. That would be a full-time job. But I don't want somebody else to do it either. So I leave those hearts. If you get a heart on your comment, that's me. I've read it. That is me going through every single one. That's usually my morning and go to bed activity is going through and reading comments. I work that into my day because I would not have this channel without you. I could make videos all day, every day, and it would not matter one iota if nobody watched them. So it's you guys watching that makes this possible for me, made it possible for me to buy a house and do some crazy, fabulous things. And let me tell you, powwowing with the Picker Road family here in this truck for hours and hours and hours, we are coming up with some pretty fun road trip adventures that include you guys in the future. There's some logistics we have to work out and all that, but you want to stay tuned to both of our channels because there's going to be some exciting things coming. Yes. And I'll give you a little hint. Gary knows how to drive a really big RV pulling a trailer. Okay, that's your hint. That's your hint. That's all I'm going to say. But I do have to get moved first. Definitely have to get moved first. I love that you can learn from me. I love it. That is my motive, is to not bottle up and be stingy about all of this stuff that I've learned over the years that's helped me be successful in my business, that I can pass that on and that you can be successful too. And whatever success means to you. And that is something different for everybody. And never, never, never feel bad that your idea of success is not what somebody else's is. It might just mean that you have enough money to go out to dinner once a week. It might mean that you have enough money to go and take a vacation. Whatever that idea of success is for you, I want to help you get there. That is my heart in sharing everything I do and putting my life out there on video. And just getting through tough stuff. I think God kind of puts me in situations and puts me through things because he knows I can get through it, number one, and he knows somewhere someone is going to get through their own mess, maybe because they saw me get through it or just knew that they weren't alone in whatever they're going through. So I'm thankful for this means of bringing that out to the world for everybody. Yeah, so when I get back home, well, this is like catch-up week. Oh my goodness, this is major catch-up week. But we have a home inspection on Thursday, and packing. lots of packing. It's going to happen. But I have to get rid of a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to think about how I bring you guys into, like, maybe I just do like whatnots as I'm in my garage going through stuff. Maybe that. Nobody tell Matt. Nobody tell Matt how much shipping he's going to be having to do. He can handle it. He can handle it. And thank you. And thank you to my viewers over on Facebook, as well as my viewers here on YouTube. I'm using StreamYard, which shows me all the comments, even though you guys might not see all the comments, but I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and gonna keep bringing you lots of fun stuff. So yes, so starting tomorrow will be the beginning of the adventure, driving up to Lake Tahoe, and then you will get to see a Goodwill thrown in there, and then Virginia City, and then back home. So I'm going to sign off so we can hit the road again, and yeah, be watching. I'll share once I can get video upload and all that. I will share what happened at the store with you in the near future. So make sure you're subscribed and you've hit that little bell notification. And with that, go be profitable and make it fun. We'll see you on the next one. See you Wednesday live again over on Whatnot. That's where I'll be live again. All right. Bye, everyone.